Alright, so this video specifically is for young guys that want to lose weight, get lean, get in shape with fasting specifically while they work, build a side hustle, a business, enjoy their 20s, partying, all that stuff without having to stress about calories with a model that is simple and that removes the need for thinking and for doing all the dieting shit that no one likes to do, but people do because they don't think there's any other option, okay? So I have 3 principles that helped me lose more than 20 pounds over the last year with fasting, doing it consistently and allowing me to also enjoy things, going out to drink, going out for food, without having to a single freaking day waiting anything or worrying about the amount of calories, the macros, the protein, and all that stuff. So the first principle, I call it fuck your lunchbox, okay? If you have like a 9 to 5, if you're like me, let me give you the examples to illustrate the story. If you're like me, you have a normal 9 to 5 job, you have to usually commute. I have to take public transportation. I spend like 3 hours a day on public transportation, plus working a 9 to 5, plus working on my YouTube channel. I have this YouTube channel. I also have another YouTube channel, which is my main channel, and all those projects that I work on. I study. I learn things. All this last year I was learning a new language, and so I don't have time, right? I don't have time. When I have time, I don't really have that energy, and I am kind of broke because I am still grinding. I'm 23, right? I'm not one of those guys that made millions of dollars at 20 years old with drop shipping or some bullshit like that, okay? Meal prepping fucking sucks. I think we can agree on that, and people that don't agree with that, they're all trying to sell you some shit, okay? Meal prepping fucking sucks. You have to plan ahead, buy all that shit, have to cook at the same time. Cooking fucking annoying. I don't like cooking. And you have to do all of that at the same time. You have to put it in the little containers. Then you have to carry that fucking container around, right? And now it gets to the point that it's like 35 degrees Celsius. I don't know how the fuck that is in fake American numbers, but you have to carry that shit, and it's like super fucking hot outside. You have to wear a backpack because you need a little food container inside the backpack, and taking the bus with 1,000 million Indians to go to your fucking job because you live in Canada. Now, that's really annoying, and I never liked doing that. All of that to eat the same like boring shit over and over and over again. So my solution was just fasting. My solution is like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I am not going to eat at all. So what I do during the weekdays is that I do 1 meal a day. I only eat dinner. I only eat 1 meal, a big dinner. And on the weekends, I have more of a chill model that I eat like maybe like 2 meals and some like coffee or whatever in the middle. But it's very simple. It's very straightforward. And I can eat enough to feel full and have protein. Like you don't if you have like 20-30 pounds to lose, you don't need to stress about eating the correct amount of protein yet. It's like that's for like the closest to low body fat dudes. So maybe the people that already got really like lean and they want to just like polish and get super lean. That's like for most people, you don't have to really worry about the grams of protein that you're eating, man. You just have to make sure you're eating protein and that you're eating to like enough protein and a good amount of protein every time you can eat. So that's the first principle. Fuck your lunchbox. If you don't like a meal, cut the meal out. It's just gonna make you feel better, feel more energetic, feel more active. You're gonna make your life more convenient, and you're gonna lose weight in the process. Okay. Second thing: eat big, get lean. My English just went out of the fucking window right now. So I hated sticking with the boring ass meals, and the thing that I hate the most out of my whole life is getting hungry right after I'm eating. Right after I finish eating, 30 minutes later, I'm hungry again. For more than a year, every day for lunch, for work, I would bring a little container with ground beef and rice. Was it the most creative meal? No. Was what I could afford and was able to make with my limited cooking skills? Absolutely. So I would bring ground beef and rice every single fucking day. I got a reputation at work. People thought it was funny. People thought I was a psychopath. I mean, I won't even tell you the reaction when I stopped eating whatsoever. My boss called me into a meeting because he was concerned that I wasn't eating. And some people were concerned that I wasn't eating. It's like, are you having financial troubles? Why are you not eating? Are you depressed? And it's like, I literally had this conversation. It was really, really, really funny. But I hated eating that shit. Like, it was good at the moment because I was hungry. 30 minutes later, man, I was hungry again. And I had a small ass meal, and I had to wait until my next meal, which was fucking dinner, to eat again. And I hated it. So with this method, with this one meal a day, during the weekdays, I can have a big meal. I love eating. I love food. I love eating. So I have a big meal with a lot of flavor, with a lot of seasoning, with, and I feel fucking fantastic because I eat that. I feel heavy for a little bit, but then I go to bed. I do my stuff. I work on my YouTube. I already had dinner here that I'm talking to you guys. That's why I'm in such a good, fantastic mood. And then I go to bed. Next day I wake up and I feel refreshed. I don't feel stuffed. I don't feel full. I don't feel heavy. Why? Because my body is very efficient at processing its calories. It's processing the meals that I'm eating because I only have one a day. Okay? Sorry that it's getting dark. It's just the sun's going down and it's going to get dark. I apologize. That's the second principle. Eat big, get lean. Right? The third one, which is arguably my favorite, is have another beer. Man, just have another beer. Most of the joys that you're getting in your 20s is about being spontaneous. The kids nowadays call it side quests. It's when you just do something, some adventure, something spontaneous. When, you call your buddy up and it's like, hey man, want to go out tomorrow? Who gives a fuck if it's a Wednesday? Let's go get a drink. You know what I mean? Let's go get fucked up. Let's go out for dinner. Let's meet up somewhere and do something fun. That's spontaneity, that serendipity, that just letting things happen is a lot of what makes your 20s worth living. Your 20s so that's what I like to mean when I say enjoy your 20s. People heard, you should be enjoying your 20s. They think about hooking up. They think about doing all this like crazy shit, drugs and alcohol and partying. Yeah, like you don't have to do that, right? Hooking up is not good for your soul. It's a disgusting culture. It just makes everyone worse. Drugs, stay away from that shit. It could really fuck up your life. Right? Alcohol. Don't be an alcoholic. You can have a beer. You can drink. You can get fucked up on the weekend once in a while. Don't exaggerate. But when I hear enjoy your 20s, I mean it's like I don't have anyone that I'm responsible for. Therefore, I can make more risky decisions. I can go on adventures. I can explore the world. I can take some. I don't need to have a plan for everything. I can just, I don't know. Maybe you feel like you're tired of your routine. Maybe you're like me. You've been working ever since you were like 18, 19. And now I'm like, oh, fuck. I can't stand any more of working a 9 to 5. Maybe I'm just gonna go crazy and go traveling for 6 months. Quit my job with no plan. So that's what I think enjoying your 20s actually means, right? It's just taking some impulsive, risky decisions that could have a very high payoff, but that could also lead you to nowhere. And having that spontaneity to just enjoy things as they go, as they happen, as life happens. Go on those adventures. And when I was trying to do the cookie cutter, by the book cutting, the measuring your calories, tracking your food, what happens is that the actual calorie deficit that you get is so small, it's so tight, it's so regimented, your diet model, that whenever you go out of your way, you have an extra beer, you go a little bit crazy on the weekend, you have a tub of Ben and Jerry's because you kind of just feel like it. You feel like shit because I'm throwing away a week of fucking suffering and progress on those boring ass meal prep and those, reheated fucking chicken breast that I lie to myself saying that is good when I actually just want to cook something right now that's fresh and eat it instead of doing this bullshittery. And then you feel like shit because you throw your progress away on the weekend that you splurge a little bit, and you're back to zero. Not only you feel like shit, but you killed your progress. And I fucking hated that, right? because I like doing stuff. I like eating, I like going out, I like having coffees, I like drinking. So the bigger deficit that is created by the fasting allows you more room without wasting progress, right? If you have another beer, you've had an extra beer on the weekend, you're not going to kill the 4,000 calories of fasting that you have on reserve for the week, man. So you have more room to let those spontaneous things happen, right? I'm not talking about exaggerating. I'm not talking that you can eat like 3 full pizzas, a tub of ice cream, and a pack of beer on the weekend and be fine. I'm saying that you don't have to feel like shit anymore or be paranoid or develop some weird sort of like eating disorder due to your calorie restriction because it's so tight that you don't have any room for. Well, what would happen to me, man? It's so funny. What would happen to me is that I would be, tracking the calories and everything. One day I would exaggerate and I'd be like, you know what? Tomorrow I'll eat a little bit less. Now comes tomorrow, do I eat a little bit less? Fuck no, I don't. So maybe that's a me problem, but I doubt I'm the only fucking person that has this problem. Otherwise, everyone walk around across on the street would be fucking jacked, right? Every guy would have a freaking six pack, and not the beer one, and like the Dorito shape. But people don't. That's the fact. Okay, so where do you go from here? It's all nice and sweet. It's all cute. Just reminding the 3 principles. You fuck your lunchbox. Not in a sexual way, you disgusting pervert. Eat big, get lean, and have another beer. With that, what tips can I give you, right, to start this thing? Because I've been doing it for a year. I know a thing or two about the process and about what sucks about it. Start slow and build up. If you never did any fasting before, don't jump straight into eating a meal a day. Okay? What I usually recommend to people is like, hey, what is the meal that you like the least? That it sucks the most for you to eat? A lot of people is breakfast. Just cut the breakfast. Just cut the breakfast. Don't eat breakfast. That's it. For me, it was always lunch. So the first thing I did was cutting out lunch. Cut out the lunch. Run with it for like a month or two. You're going to get used to it. And then you can start, building up from there until you eventually get to 1 meal a day. Now, second thing is 0-calorie drinks. They're your best friend, specifically black coffee. But I don't like the taste of black coffee. But the caffeine is gonna mess up my sleep. Then don't fucking drink coffee, man. I don't fucking know. Black coffee tastes like shit. I can't get used to it, but I don't know. It kills my hunger. It keeps me awake because I sleep very fucking less than I should because of this damn job that I have. You chase the black coffee with some ice cold water and it makes it doable. And then you just roll with it. But like Diet Coke's fine. Energy drinks are fine. It's like I'm not going to be here all, oh, you're poisoning yourself. You had one white monster on a Friday. It was like, you're not going to die, man. You're not going to die. You had like a week that you were drinking Diet Coke. It's like you're not getting cancer from that shit, okay? You're not as fragile as you think you are. When you start fasting, you're actually going to realize that. You are a lot tougher than you expect. You don't need to eat every 3 hours. You don't need to have everything optimized. You don't need to sleep everything perfectly and track your sleep and all that shit. You don't need any of that. Most of that is completely unnecessary and is created mostly by people that don't have any actual purpose or problems. So they optimize everything thinking that shit's going to bring them some meaning to their lives. And it usually don't because that's not how it fucking works. You think Alexander the Great was having, his optimal sleeping schedule and having his circadian rhythm all dialed up. It's like the guy was going to fucking conquest, taking over all Asia and all that shit, okay? Now, be careful with super calorific stuff. I'm talking about your olive oils or butter, especially those two dangerous motherfuckers, man. You put a little bit more and boom, 300 extra fucking calories. Be very careful with that because that made me waste, I am not even exaggerating, months because of goddamn olive oil. You know those big Costco olive oil things that is like 1-2 liters? I was myself, leaving by myself. No one else was eating here. A month, I was gone with one of those things. So be very careful with that stuff that is very tasty, that makes shit tasty, but is a lot of calories, right? And the most important thing of everything, if you stayed until here, now you're hearing the most important thing. Metacognition. That means being aware of your own internal movements, of your own internal feelings, the way that you react to stuff, the way that you feel about stuff, how hunger feels in you. The fathers of the desert, the first Christians, they would say that fasting is the spiritual cure for gluttony, right? Very interesting that not only gluttony but also lust, because they say that lust comes from gluttony. I was reading about this morning. Very, very interesting stuff. Why? I think that's one of the big reasons. You develop this self-perception. You sharpen the self-perception. So when you are now hungry or when you're horny, you can observe that you're feeling that, but you also know that you're not as fragile as you think you are. That's what I said before. So you are better at controlling and actually not giving in to those impulses, and that is very, very, very powerful for your spiritual health, for your mental health, for your physical health, for any progress that you want to do. Everything you want to do will involve some sort of, delayed gratification, as the cool kids nowadays used to say on the internet. Okay, so this is the video, man. This is an exact diet model that made me lose 20 plus pounds while working a 9 to 5 and building an online business. If you enjoyed this and you want more in-depth content about it, you want the exact system, keep an eye on the comments, because might not be there yet, but soon enough I'll launch a community, and it's gonna be right there, and I don't fucking know how that's gonna go. All right, so you have a blessed week. Cheers. Bye bye.